Yes, Mr. Chair, I move that we discuss with item number 2 and item number 3. Calendar, so we can proceed directly to the main agenda.
Moved by Councilor Doc, seconded by Councilor De Leon, Councilor Golden, and Councilor Lanoy. To discuss the said two items in today's regular session. Any objection? Seeing none, the said two items are discussed. The Secretary, please conduct the roll call.
The presiding officer, Vice Mayor si Antonio Miguel Perez.
Present.
The presiding officer pro tempore, Councilor Apolonio Ibacay. The majority crew leader, Councilor Pedro Tirado.
Present.
The minority crew leader, Councilor Oscar A. Bobin. Councilor Caroline B. Season. Councilor Michelle Estigundera. Councilor Rosilito O. Contelera. Councilor Berna S. Derabago. Councilor Provil Iranoy. Councilor Dalia M. De Leon. Councilor Alfred Felix C. Castro. Execution members, hindi ka na mga barangay President Raul D. Bacay. And panunsod na Federasyon ng Sangguniang Kabataan President Robert D. Bernabe. 13 members of the South Valley responded to the concern.
13 members responded to the call, and after by the presence of quorum, we may now close our official business. Approval of the agenda. Mr. Secretary, do we have unassigned business?
We have two unassigned businesses, sir. The first is a request for a resolution favorably endorsing the 100 Island Souvenir Vendors Association resolution to grant concessions for its officers and members. And another one is the request for a resolution authorizing City Mayor Art Brian Celeste to enter into a memorandum of agreement by and among the City Government of Alaminos, Pangasinan, the Department of Agriculture, Regional Field Office 1, and the Agriculture and Fishery Council for the implementation of the Urban Agriculture Program in the City of Alaminos, Pangasinan.
Yes, these two items have certificate of agency.
Yes, sir.
When were they submitted here in the camera?
Last month.
Last month. Okay, thank you. Any motion? Councilor Silasco.
Mr. Chair, I move that the agenda for today's session is repeat of the unassigned business that we will be.
Any unassigned business from the council? So, any more? It was moved by Councilor De Castro and second by Councilor Doc for the approval of this today's agenda. Any objection? Hearing none, the said agenda is approved. Adoption of the journal minutes. Councilor Secretary,
Mr. Chair, I move for the adoption of the journal minutes of the ST regular session held on November 24, 2020 and December 1, 2020.
moved by Councilor Secretary, second by Councilor Season, Councilor Apple Bacay, and Councilor Bernalabago for the adoption of the said journal minutes. Any objection? Amendment, discussion. Hearing none, the said journal minutes are adopted. Privilege hour. Any privilege speakers? Councilor Oscar Bolling first. Any privilege speakers po?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I have two resolutions to be considered. First, with regards to the status of our solar lights along national roads in Alaminos, I want that I propose that we'll adopt a request to the DPWH, First Pangasinan Engineering District, to do the actual ocular inspections on the status of all the solar lights in Alaminos. And we will request them to do the proper maintenance if it needs to be repaired or
Sig na Mr. Chairman, is a request again to the police that will request the chief of police to assign members of the police to do the proper monitoring dito sa bypass road, dito sa Alaminos Bani Bypass Road, Mr. Chairman, because as per information, there are many instances that may nagbabato-bato during night time, Mr. Chairman. Yun lang, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Oscar Bolit. So, two items or two concerns were brought up. Number one, sa solar lights, DPWH, and secondly, sa ating PNP to assign personnel dun sa Alaminos Bani Bypass Road due to the incidents na may nagbabato. Councilor, are you proposing a resolution po for this or a dialogue? Two resolutions po.
So, resolution namin siguro para maihabol natin itong panahon ng bago Christmas, Mr.
Sige
Chairman.
po, sige po. So, so we will tackle that. So there are two items. We tackle that under okay. So before that, we proceed. Thank you, Councilor Oscar Bolit. Councilor Laudahai.
Mr. Chair, about tricycle application, last week, pumunta po yung federation po sa akin. Nagre-request sila, Mr. Chair, na imbis na kasi yung scheme ng kuwan nila, paglabas nila, eh mayroong dalawang araw lang bawat sa isang linggo, ay dalawa o tatlong araw lang sa isang linggo sila nakapasada. Nire-request man lang nila na kahit ikuling na lang daw kung pwede naman natin gawin. Kasi yung ginagawa natin ordinansa, uling naman na yung ginagawa natin ordinansa. Baka naman pwede natin i-try lang. Siguro walang tayo ng resolution na i-executive order lang yung mayor para sa yung scheme ng pagpapasada nila yung magiging
Coding.
Oo, kasi
Sa ngayon, di ba parang ad-event?
At-even nilahirapan sila kasi sa isang linggo, tatlong araw lang yung pwede nilang magpasada. Itong coding daw, parang 5 araw.
Ang pasada.
Oo, medyo kasi nahirapan talaga yung mga tricycle natin sa Ratlo.
Actually, yung status natin dyan, as of the moment, naka-coding naman tayo.
Hindi pa
Hindi. No, I mean, sorry,
Yung-
how do I...
yung may Monday,
Yung sa rules for a warning process. So, ang of the record, ang ginawa kasi natin dyan, sa ordinansa natin, coding.
Oo.
Pero dahil ng-COVID, state of calamity, nagkaroon ng internal arrangement between
At-even.
LGU and SODA na magkaroon ng admin
Oo.
once, twice a day. So, technically, walang papel na nagsasabi na bawal silang mamasada. Usapan lang.
Baka lang ako.
So, a privilege speech by Councilor Raul Bacay that's referring to the current status of the operations of our tricycle drivers and operations here in our city. So with that, we will have a dialogue with, between the Sangguniang Pangungusod and the Executive Department to be able to address the issue for our fellow tricycle operators and drivers. So a while ago, just to, before we proceed, Councilor Molly moves to include his two resolutions in the business of the day for deliberation. Any second to that? Second by Councilor Sison, Councilor Pontedera, Councilor Segundera, Councilor Apple Bacay. Any amendments? Hearing none, the said two items are included in the business of the day for deliberation. Okay, next item, proposed resolutions. Any other privilege speakers? Sorry. Councilor Bacay.
Kasi may isang additional infrastructure na development program po na hindi naisama dito sa business of the day. Gusto ko po sanang tama. Actually, naparisip nila dito sa Sangguniang nung Friday. Yung labor and materials for installation of 15 units solar street light at Barangay Lukap, 3 units solar street light at Barangay Bicol, 4 units solar street light at Barangay Sabangan, 5 units solar street light at Barangay Pilbang, 5 units solar street light at Barangay Victoria, Galamimos, worth 573,132.44 pesos. Mr. Chair.
573,100
Capito,
0.44. Na-receive na, na-receive. Okay, please take note, Madam Secretary. Kindly give me a copy of that.
Na-receive po ng staff yung endorsement. 4:56 ng hapon nung Lunes po, hindi po nung Friday.
Okay. Can I see it? So anyway, okay, please take note, Madam Secretary. We tackle that under business of the day later. Any other? Councilor Sison, recognized.
Vice, sakin na po yung regarding po, follow up po sana sa province yung resolution natin regarding din sa curfew, kung na-approve po ba or kasi marami na po nagtatanong kung December po ngayon maka-curfew kapabilis po yung pag-approve.
Okay, maybe our SP Secretary would give the Sangguniang Pangungusod a call regarding the said matter. But the last conversation that I had with with board member Orange Humilde, wala pa rin. Wala pa rin update dun sa curfew. Actually, she forwarded me the letter wherein the governor was explaining to a specific private company and specifically a mall na hindi talaga pwede i-lift yung suspension sa buong Pangasinan. So I'm not sure, that's mga 2 months ago. I'm not sure kung meron ng bagong development. So siguro Secretary to call doon sa nilaligan. So pwede yung letter, siguro. Pwede yung letter. Email na lang, para official. Para alam naman tayo status of kung meron ng changes, wala. But they are obliged naman to do it. That's called discretionary. Any other Councilor Sino? Ano ba ba? Amen. Councilor Alvin Carisi Castro.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I would like to take this opportunity very much to request to the executive, with the aid of this distinguished ladies and gentlemen and for an extension of the from or advance payment of the taxes to
usually we can avail of the 20% discount up to December, not considering the effect of the pandemic on the business side of all residents of the city of Manila. It is requested to the chief executive that the ground for advance payment, the 20% discount, be extended up to January 31, and that the 15% discount, which is usually availed of from January to March 31, be likewise extended from February to April 30. So as to encourage all residents of the Manila to take or avail of the said privilege, Mr. Chair. With that, may I be allowed that the said resolution requesting the chief executive to allow the extension of prompt payment of 20% on real taxes from December be extended up to January 31, and thereafter the availment of the 15% discount from January to March be likewise extended from February to last day of April. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, noted. So it is been moved by Councilor Anthony Castro, Chairman Laws and Rules, to include the said item in our business of the day for deliberation. Any second to that? Second by Councilor Dong, Councilor Lovely Bernabé, Councilor Secundera, Councilor Abel-Bakay, Councilor Renoy, Councilor Secundera. Any objection? Being none, the said resolution is included in our business of the day for deliberation. Next item, Madam Secretary.
We proceed to the reference of business. Under proposed resolution, we have the request for a resolution approving the additional partial list of the specific projects funded out of the 20% development fund amounting to 2,023,618 pesos, and the special purpose appropriation fund amounting to 3,370,310 pesos and 58 centavos of the City of Alaminos for calendar year 2020. The next is a request for a resolution designating 3 members of the Sangguniang Lungsod to be part of the regulatory reform team in adherence to Joint Memorandum Circular number 2019-01, entitled Guidelines on the Regulatory Reform for LGUs pursuant to Republic Act number 11082. And number 3 is the request for a resolution favorably endorsing to the Department of Health the request for the provision of 1 unit negative pressure ambulance. And lastly, the request for an amendment of ordinance number 2020-19, entitled an ordinance granting concessions to the rentals of commercial stalls owned by the local government unit of the City of Alaminos, Pangasinan, to incorporate the request of empowered persons with disability of Alaminos City Consumers Cooperative, as embodied in the resolution number 2, series of 2020.
So we have guests to accommodate any motion. This is moved by Councilor Locke for the second by Councilor Abel-Bakay for the discussion phase. So our guests are here, so we proceed. We will prioritize the item number 3. Madam Secretary, kindly acknowledge our guests for item number 3.
For item number 3, which is a request for resolution for the endorsement for the request of the 1 unit negative pressure ambulance, we have Dr. Daphne B. Olson, Medical Officer 3 of the City Health Office.
Good morning, Dr. Daphne.
Good morning po sa inyong lahat.
Morning po. We have here a resolution regarding a request to DOH. Could you give us a brief background regarding this item?
So, as of the moment, we only have 2 ambulances
One is for the ambulance for the birthing facility, and the other one is an old ambulance which has been serving us for more than 20 years. So this negative pressure ambulance that we are asking from the DOH is a special ambulance with a special feature of having a disinfecting and filtering system. So it caters to infectious patients, wherein while transporting, it contains the infection within the ambulance itself po. So yung hangin po na pumapasok po doon sa may ambulance is pwede po siya, pero yung air within the ambulance hindi po siya pwedeng lumabas unless it is filtered out by a special system po.
So this is only a request. So you have two ambulances. You have apat ambulances.
Sir, sa CDR po yun, sir.
So but how many ambulances do we have in the city? We have two from the CDR office. The CDR dalawa yan.
Apat po yan.
Apat sa CDR, so anim. Actually, you don't have any control with those four ambulances.
We request, sir, for the ambulance if necessary for transfer of other patients. However, for the COVID patients who are transferred to isolation facility, we do not borrow the ambulance from the CDR, but we use the ambulance from the birthing facility, sir.
So birth facility and the old one.
Yes.
The old one dito
We do not use the old one kasi wala pong barrier, sir.
Sana mga rin para at least
Yes, sir.
doon tayo para sa mga pasyente natin pinasa.
Yes, sir.
Any questions to our doctor regarding the said request to the DOH ambulance? Okay na ba tayo kausap dito sa DOH o just a request na sa
It's just a request, sir.
sana dalawang request na rin para.
Sana nga po.
So with that, wala tayong tanong. Thank you very much.
Thank you po. Good morning po, sir.
Ha? For our next item, we proceed to item number 1, Madam Secretary.
For item number one, this is the partial list of projects. Our guests are Engineer Will Idukamba, our city engineer, Ma'am Julia P. Rarupe from our city budget office, Ma'am Catherine Incamba from our city accountant's office, and Ma'am Shirley Dilacruz, our city treasurer.
This is Ma'am Shirley. Ay, yes. Okay. So who will be discussing the said resolution? Anyway, before I call on Engineer Tapa, do you have questions regarding the said resolution? Kasi usually self-explanatory naman ito na pinibasa ng engineer, so nandito naman sa harap. Do you have any questions or concerns regarding this except yung kay Councilor Raul Bahay? Yung hindi na ilagay or gusto rin i-endorse ng sanggunian sa infrastructure development program. Meron po. So, infrastructure development program totaling to 2,023,680 pesos. Special purpose appropriations regarding various items, 1,135,136 pesos. Other infrastructure development program worth 2,235,174 pesos at 53 centavos, with a grand total of 5,393,908 pesos at 53 centavos, signed by our city budget officer, our city engineer, and our city mayor. Any questions, Bob, with that? So, yes, sige po, sige po. I would like to encourage our engineer to talk.
So, good morning po sa ating lahat. With regards po sa letter A Infrastructure Development Project under item number 3, labor and material for the construction of line canal along DNR Road. Ito po i-cancel natin to kasi nung pumunta si Sendro sa office ni Mayor, nag-uupo si Mayor. Kaya lang when I verify the location of the said project, may problema po. Kasi private property pala yun. Kasi bawal naman po pag private property, that is malversation of public funds. Kaya ang ipalit na lang natin dito sa number 3, construction of temporary containment facility sa Barangay Bulanay. Nagkakahalaga rin po ng 221,334 para po sa dialysis center natin makakuha tayo ng permit sa DOH. Containment facility po. Itong containment facility, ito po yung paglalagyan doon ng mga yung waste ng mga ringgilya, medical waste. So yan lang po. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, Engineer Gamba. Any other concerns? So, so since our budget officer, assistant budget officer, sitting there,
Assistant Budget Officer, si Ma'am Catherine Camara, Sir
so since our department and our city treasurer is here, Madam, would you like to say anything regarding the said resolution? Wala naman po. Since nandito na rin siya, may kailangan pa ba regarding sa mga budget? I believe ang cut-off ay December 14. December 14. Okay na po. So any questions to our local finance committee? Okay, kung wala na, thank you very much, local finance committee and our city engineer, Engineer Gamba. Thank you. Thank you. For the next item.
For the next item, which is the granting concession, we have Engineer Wilson G. Camba, our Supervisory Administrative Officer from Market Office.
Ano item?
Number 4, sir.
Yung 2 tapos na ba? Diba?
Hindi pa, sir.
Sige.
Sa atin na, sir.
So we proceed to item number 4. So I guess it's item number 4. Should we just get this for committee meeting? So this expedited session, and this will be regarding concession. May I suggest that we just schedule this for committee hearing? Then i-hearing na natin para hindi kasi magiging mahaba dito. So maybe this would be shared by cooperative, siguro. Ano na? House Resolution?
December 14.
What time po? So Councilor Season, the chairperson on tourism, here was a committee hearing regarding the said item on December 14, 9:30 in the morning. Okay. So 10:30 in the morning. Please invite. Who do you want to invite, Councilor? So invite our tourism office and our our market officer and the people that are concerned. So far, so since our city tourism officer is here, would you like to say any concerns po from our 100 Islands or tourism operation? Sir Mike, meron ba kayo gustong yan, wala naman. Kasi nandito na rin po kami po. Sorry po, I will just schedule na lang po for opening hearing po on December 14. Ayan pala. Next po, composition po for suspension of the rules. So, Sir Mike, so since nandito na rin po kayo, maybe you can give a...
Yes, okay. Good morning. Good morning po sa lahat. Una-una po, magandang umaga. Good day to everyone. Actually po, sa tourism-wise, sa atin sa Lukac po, we still come up with the same medical, health protocol. O pa po yun, ang latest news namin na lalabas yata yung info ng governor. At ang isang nabanggit nila, though hinihintay pa namin yung paper, ang curfew will start at 9 o'clock in the evening at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then meron din po tayong national AITF na regarding mga constituents or tourists na mga bata ay pwede na. No, wala na tayong restriction sa age, pero they're only pwede for tourism destinations lang. Kaya siguro in the future, tingnan natin kung pwede sila ngayon sa mga ibang lugar. But as of now, ang pwede pa lang ay tourism destination. Kaya kami ngayon, nagpapagawa kami ngayon ng EO, nagkaunang inquiry sa DILG na we also be opening our 100 Islands at saka different destinations dito po sa Alaminos na walang age restriction. And then, another will be the reopening of Pangasinan province to the whole of Region 1. Ginagaling natin yan. And then we include also Baguio City because of the Reach and Reef program. And then, ang balita namin, hopefully matutuloy, by January 9, I will be opening Pangasinan to whole of Luzon. At medyo may konting, medyo sabihin na natin na gulo. Kasi nga, open daw sa buong Luzon, except NCR. Kaya nga medyo yun ang question ko during our meeting kasi ano ang valid reason, baka discrimination yan, sabi ko. Kasi puro sa region Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, they're opening pati Metro Manila, pati NCR, bakit ang Pangasinan hindi? Kaya yun ang isang maging issue na lalabas yan this coming January. Baka naka-integrate na yan sa EO ng governor. Kaya so far ngayon sa 100 Islands, we accept guests with a minimum requirement, medical certificate from the City Health Office o kaya Municipal Health Office, ang kanilang travel pass from PNP kung outside of Pangasinan. Pero kung taga Pangasinan lang, health certificate lang po. Pero pag mga taga-Alaminos, ID na lang po kailangan. Kasi yun po yung nasa ordinansa natin na we give them, they just pay 10 pesos pag taga-Alaminos sila. Yun lang po ang requirement po natin. Thank you.
Any questions to our City Tourism Officer? Councilor Olahay.
Mr. Chair, Sir Mike, i-coordinate natin sana yung kasi pumunta sa atin yung mga bootman natin, yung laging nag-declare ng hindi nagpapabiyaya ang food guard natin na wala naman hindi naman po mahangin. Paano natin po solusyonan yun, Sir Mike?
Actually po, ang Coast Guard ay mandated sila for the safety ng mga tao, no? Lalo na yung mga pumupunta sa mga destinations. Ngayon, actually po yung pag-declare ng bill warning, tinatawag namin yan sa Coast Guard as early as 6 o'clock in the morning to find out
Ako naman, sinesek ko din yung 4 o'clock news ng Pag-asa. Pag may gale warning po kasi, no, ang chances are, hindi natin alam kung anong oras tataas ang tinatawag nilang tribunada. No? Kaya, for the safety of our passengers, talagang sinususpend namin. Pero pag alam namin po na medyo kalma naman, kasi we have to check it sa island, sa mga staff natin, yung may bantay dagat, kung medyo kalmado naman, we allow large boat only. No? Kaya, kung sa solusyon kung paano natin sila, kung pupuntahin natin sila, and when accident happen, siguro tayo ngayon ang magiging responsible sa problema. Kaya siguro itong mga gaya ngayon, wala tayong gale warning. So open na po ulit. Pero kahapon, the other day, talagang large boat lang. Nakatagal kami din mismo sa Duka, kung minsan pag malakas talaga ng hangin, talagang we agree naman with BCG na hindi tayo papabiyahe. Kasi ang takot ko lang doon, kasi kung sakali po lang na, halimbawa, may umuwi ng 4 o'clock, 5, bigla nagkaroon ng aksidente. No? At ang siguradong sasagutin ng Coast Guard ay, sabi nga na namin nilit ninyo. So, we'll take the blame. Kaya, yun po yung pero yung solution doon, I do not know how to arrange it. Kasi yun po yung trabaho nila eh.
Sir Mike, just 2 questions. Kunyari may announced gale warning, ang large boat pwede pa rin?
Depende po sa pagdating po sa lupa. Sila mag-check po din. Kung medyo kalmado naman, kahit may gale warning, ang i-allow naman natin ay large. Pero, with your approval also.
With the approval of the Coast Guard also?
Oo, the Coast Guard.
So, Councilor De Castro?
Sir Mike, lang. Ito kasi yung mga ibang dinadaing ng mga banggero naman ngayon because December, January, when you wala naman ng mga business permit ng mga motorboat. And presently, I am also trying to look for a win-win solution for the city as well as sa mga nagtinegosyo. I would like to take this privilege na para masabi sa inyo. What will be your recommendation with respect to the rates, no? With respect to the application of business permit sa mga bangka? Because we have to consider that from March 15 to sabi na natin kailan lang yung nag-vision tayong operation, but the figure is very low. And in fact, even today, I think the figure is very low. Baka naman mamaya, these motorboat operators are not willing to pay or renew their business permit. So instead of killing the goose that lays the golden egg, we find or try to look for a win-win solution. So I hope that the City Tourism Office will give or at least provide a recommendation on the matter. Kasi by next year, siguro, pupuntin tayo sa business factor.
Since sa mga motorboat mo, mga association, pwede ko prepare a resolution sa kanila, sa grupo nila, and then pwede namin sila samahan kay Mayor, kung paano sila, ano magiging action layer tungkol doon sa pag-permit nila. Pwede bang bawasan yun, extend ba sila? Pero mas maganda po pag meron tayong pasihan, no? By a resolution. Kasi meron ilang grupo naman ngayon, kung gagawa sila ng resolution, that we are willing to help. Pero yung pag-price later on, kung ano ang siguro ang licensing na included ang mabahala po. Pero when encourage, no? Kung talagang yun ang yung problema po nila.
Okay. It's just one aspect of it lang kasi yung motorboat kasi it should be a resolution that must apply to all business say like master or other services. But
gusto rin natin i-take consideration mapapos. At least in advance, kindly inform na rin yung mga association president. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So my last question ako, sir, for example, may isang taga Metro Manila na may dalang swab test result niya, can accommodate yan?
Actually po, hindi kami ganun stricto pagdating sa mga out of Pangasinan. Pero pag nila po sila ang swab test result, no, na nakimaligan is 3 hours before, at nagkakaroon silang travel pass, pinapagigilay po namin. Kasi po ang nagiging kasama rin yung naawa din kayo sa movement po na sila correct. No? And by the way pala, meron tayong social distancing sa boat, kaya capacity ngayon, pag large boat ay 8 lang po. Yung dating 15, 8 lang. Yung dating 10 na medium ay 5 lang. Kaya yung small naman na dating 5, dalawa lang po.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. For my season, City Police Officer. We will now leave the suspension of the rules. Oh, sorry. I think we have another item. Item number 2, Madam Secretary.
Designation of the 3 members of this august body. So the regulatory reform team, we have our City Planning Development Coordinator, Engineer Eduardo A. Garcia.
We will again suspend our rules, moved by Councilor Jose Cabrera. Good morning, Engineer Garcia. Dito na. Dito na ito lang. Para...
Good morning, Your Honor. Pursuant to Position 5 of the 45 number 11, otherwise known as the Ease of Doing Business and Efficient Government Service in the Act of 2018. All offices and agencies which provide government agencies are hereby mandated to regularly undertake cost compliance analysis, time and motion studies, under evaluation and improvement of the construction systems and procedures, and will engineer the same when necessary to reduce bureaucratic red tape and processing time. In support of the implementation of the Act, the Department of the ILG and the Anti-Red Tape Authority issued guidelines entitled Memorandum Circular number 2018-214/2018 entitled The Engineering of LGU Systems and Procedures on EODV, EGSD Act of 2010 that enjoins local government units to initiate the engineering of the operations and procedures. To further assist the use in complying with the standards of the Act, the Anti-Red Tape and the ILG, with the support of the DEI through the Competitive Bureau, has issued guidelines. The Joint Memorandum Circular number 2019-01 to improve the delivery of government services to the country by reviewing business and non-business related local ordinances, issuances and resolutions, and to commence the repeal, amendment, consolidation, or potential as may be necessary to delay unnecessary burden to business and non-business related projects. The project repair framework has 8 components, namely, number 1, the stakeholder engagement and participation. Number 2, creation of regulatory reform team. Number 3, updating of regulations. Number 4, policy review and analysis. Number 5, policy option. Number 6, monitoring and evaluation. And number 7, implementation. Number 8, capacity building. In number 2, particularly the creation of regulatory reform team, in order to facilitate the activities of the regulatory reform team of the local executive shall issue an executive order designating the heads and members of the department's offices as part of the RRT. So, we have a recommendation for the composition of the RRT. Head will be the city mayor, co-head city vice mayor, and the members, Sangguniang Panunsod members, at least 3, of any related committee to be designated by the Sangguniang Panunsod through the resolution. The city administrator, the city planning and development coordinator, the legal officer, the records officer, and representative of CSOs and or private sector. They will be used as the option to increase the members of the RRT. Depends on the needs. That's why the executive department is requesting this focus body to enact or pass the resolution designating the members, the 3 members of this focus body to be members to the RRT.
Sir, you mentioned can recommend to add, who can add the LC, local chief, anyone.
But of course, sir, this focus body is the policy making body of the LGU. With your respect, pwede rin po kayong to add to the initial number.
Yes, po. So, siguro, initially, ang masuggest ko lang doon is yung sa CS moves. You can also add kung may mga active, diba?
Yung because sir,
Okay.
isasama na lang po natin doon sa resolution. Kung po pwede, i-add natin si
Yes, so, okay. Okay. Any questions to our resource speaker? So, okay, thank you very much. So, Sir Engineer, this will be business, streamlining of business processes, technically fine.
all transactions of the city.
All transactions of the city. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. So, no, if there are no more questions, we'll now list we will now list the suspension of the rules. So, what is the pleasure of the body regarding item number?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I move that items number 1, 2, and 3 be read into the table. Item number 4 is speaker for
Moved by Councilor Sri Dada, Parliamentary Leader, seconded by Councilor Bernard Apago, Councilor Apagbac, and Councilor Season, for the inclusion of the said 3 items in the feasibility board deliberation. So, next item, communications received, assigned business.
Under unassigned business, we have the resolution favorably endorsing the 100 Island Souvenir Vendors Association's resolution to grant concession for its members and officers. And the resolution authorizing City Mayor Art Bright Celeste to enter into a memorandum of agreement by an among the City Government of Alaminos, Pangasinan, the Department of Agriculture, Regional Field Office 1, and Agriculture at District Council for the implementation of the Urban Agriculture Program in the City of Alaminos.
So, Chair, gusto na 1 minute recess. Ano ba ito? Itong number 1? Madam Secretary, can you read the title of the endorsed resolution?
Title
Tayong counter point, no? Okay, counter 1 million has been moved by Councilor Silverdo and seconded by Councilor Season, Councilor Abubakar to include the said item in the business of the day for deliberation. We proceed to Madam Secretary.
Now to the committee report. The first item is joint committee report from the hearing held on November 23rd regarding the proposed ordinance prohibiting sale of electronic products at sari-sari store or retail stores within the territorial jurisdiction of the city of Alanis, Pangasinan, providing penalties for violation thereof.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
we
Councilor.
have 8 committee reports to the red field. We didn't have copy of each member of this Sangguniang. I hope that the report, the dispositive portion of each report, we want to be read, not the entire text.
Okay. So, any objection? Any objection to that? No. Okay, speaking by Councilor Love, seconded by Councilor Jose, that for the next reports, for the committee reports, we'll be reading 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 ang nakalista pero 5 lang ang may report tayo. So, recommendation na yung babasahin. If you have any details or questions, itanong na lang po natin. So, for item number 1, okay, so we proceed to item number 1, Councilor Venerable.
Mr. Chair, the recommendation is in view of the above findings, the committee hereby moves to adoption for its committee report and the proposed measure with valid order.
Okay, so, okay, Councilor Venerable, Chairperson on Peace and Order, moves the adoption of this committee report as stated in the on the file that we have, on page that we have, and the said measure be archived, pending the draft of the said measure. Any objection or questions? Hearing none, the said committee report is hereby adopted and the said measures are temporarily archived pending the draft.
Joint Committee Report from the hearing held November 23rd regarding the proposed ordinance regulating the use of social meat in making Alaminos Longanisa to preserve the quality and integrity of the Alaminos Longanisa as one salmon product of the city.
Councilor Galilea, recognized.
For recommendation, in view of the above findings, the committee hereby move to the adoption of this committee report and to include all suggestions taken therein the draft of the proposed ordinance.
Okay, Councilor Galilea moves for the adoption of committee report and the said ordinance, the said measure be temporarily archived pending the updated draft of the said ordinance. Any objection? Any questions regarding the report? Hearing none, the said committee report is hereby adopted and the said item is temporarily archived pending the updated draft of the said ordinance. Next item.
Joint committee hearing from the hearing held on November 23rd regarding the proposed ordinance institutionalizing Arbor Day in the city of Alaminos, Pangasinan and requiring all civil society organizations, cooperative, people's organizations, and other groups to plant 1 seedling per member as part of community's social responsibility.
So for this item, Councilor Michelle Secretary recognized.
Yes, in view of the above, the committee hereby recommends for another second reading, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so since there is still one missing item, so one certain provision regarding the different co-ops and the coordination with the co-op office. The chairperson Councilor Secretary moves for adoption of the report and the said measure be calendared for second reading in our next regular session. Any objection? Amendment, discussion, questions? Hearing none, the said committee report is hereby adopted and the said measure is calendared. The said ordinance is calendared for second reading in our next regular session. So for item number 4, Madam Secretary.
Joint committee report from the hearing held on November 25 regarding the proposed resolution authorizing City Mayor Art Brian C. Celeste to enter into a cooperation agreement between the city government of Alaminos, Pangasinan of the Planning Network Inc. for the Visita project in the development of a digital prototype for a digital visitor management system.
For the adoption of this committee report and the subject matter to education and education.
So, give me a minute. So, sorry, i-discuss ko na po dito. Ano to mag-decide tayo ng fees?
Yes, ano po, pagka yung client, yung tourist, nag-avail, may mag-charge sila na 50 charges at 25 charges. Pero yun, napupunta po yun sa visita. Ano mo nagpapareserve sa online, parang sa booking,
Pag ito hindi naman kailangan ordinance. Are you gonna move for this is the day? Approval na no?
Yes.
Kailangan mo ordinance na ba? Mag-lose? Kailangan mo ordinance na ba? Pagka may fees ng pre-collector?
Kasi may MOA sila, sir.
Okay.
Kung po yung i-authorize nyo, hindi po MOA. Hindi po yung connection.
Pero mga ulit na sabi. Anyway, quickly give the exemption kasi hindi councilor season yung committee report. Kasi since it's virtual.
The committee hearing was conducted at January 25. Present by Councilor Valle de Leon, Jerry Narabago, and Filippo Contreras, and Rose Arguello from the City Council Office. The hearing was held on account of a request to authorize the city mayor to enter into a cooperation agreement with the planning network incorporated for the Visita project and the development of a digital prototype for digital visitor management. The City Council Office representative explained that the Visita project is intended to promote sustainable destination management through the Visita Act, and the third project was established last July 2020. The Visita App is a sustainable management platform designed for destination managers that helps them digitize their in-destination registration process and the planning network team. Is the implementing organization of the Visita project. It is a consulting firm which has made sustainable business plans for LGUs and the private sector in its mission to promote sustainable destination management in the Philippines. The CPO representative found that further that once the cooperation agreement materialized, there shall be selected employees from the LGU who will undergo training for a period of 3 months and will be utilized for this project. It was also disclosed during the hearing that while it is true that Visita is a non-profit project, it needs to charge platform support fees to users to cover maintenance and operational costs on the platform and scale more destinations in need of digital marketing. That is our platform support fees estimated at 50 per person for the pilot period and shall be used to support the platform's maintenance, operation, and development costs. Third-party payment charges, transaction charges, online payment fee, greater transaction based on the payment of improvement reservoir. The fees mentioned above will be deposited first to the payment money, and thereafter to Visita platform. Upon receipt of the fees from pay money, Visita shall deduct the platform support fees and transaction fees due. Also, Visita shall remit the designated conservation fees to LGUs destination platform. A member of the committee inquired on what happened to their cancellation of booking. In response, the tourism representative informed the committee that cancellation was not among the projects contemplated with previous meeting with the other parties. The city representative, however, noted the state increase.
Regarding this item, I think kasi Number one, there are fees. Number two, we do not know the profile of planning network E. And what's this paymatics account to visit bank account to LCU destination bank? So, I think we recommend that we recommend this for further study. I don't know let us clarify first, of course, the legality. Well, I am not against the whole, the idea is noble and very good for our tourists, but we have to put this in order. So, ano mga natin, with the...
Meron pa dito kapag yung nakalimutan nila yung cancellation.
Cancellation.
So, wala sa mobile cancellation kung paano pag may cancellation.
Wala. Okay.
Wala. So, magbibigay pa sila ng ano bagong gratis.
Sige. Kung kailan po mag-set na si Marina?
May urgent ba ito? Wala.
Hindi pa din naman this next week.
Para ano sila after.
Anong araw po?
Monday meron, 11:45.
Hindi, kung hihingi natin lahat ng requirements. Kasi we need a copy of the MOA, the agreement, we need the company profile.
Meron natin sila nabigay ng... Meron na po sila nabigay ng yung MOA. Yung cooperation na dito.
Yun lang po naka-attach na.
Finalize na ba yan?
Ilang beses na po nila yung finalize. Pero ang ma-ulit lang po tayo nila yung cancellation ko paano. Magkasama po nila yung finalize yung project at lahat ng legal option. Siguro invite na lang natin yung
Isang po yung kailangan ba yung tao natin, may tao tayo.
tatlong mga tayo.
Who will spend for the training? Are we spending for the training or we sit up to spending for the training? Tayo po ako magbabayad. So, ito naman, each of doing business, but we have to check also. So, kailan po natin gusto i-link na?
Ito ka may pina-counselor yung ating mga.
Oo. So, sino ba kasama mo dito?
Sinama ba?
Kailan tayo pwede?
Dito po dito, anong oras pa kayo nag-uusap doon?
11. Okay, Councilor Season, move for the adoption of the committee report and the said item the calendar for committee hearing on December 14th, 11:30 in the morning. Please secure the proper documents, especially the final MOA, memorandum of agreement for the cooperation agreement, the company profile of the said company, and maybe how the process flow will, paano flow. Anyway, just the MOA, the company profile, and maybe do a consultation. It should be an ordinance or okay lang mga resolution lang. Since it will be correctly placed.
invite na rin po si Attorney Walter at saka ang finance para dun sa payment kung paano.
So, Attorney Walter, our city treasurer, tourism officer, MIS din siguro. This is gonna be app. City treasurer ba o accountant? City treasurer. So, okay. So, with that, the committee report is hereby adopted. Any objections, amendments, suggestions? Hearing none, the said committee report is hereby adopted. And the said hearing is set on 11:30 a.m. December 14. We proceed to item number 8. I believe item number 5, 6, 7 were postponed. So, what is the, before we schedule, we proceed first to item number 8. Sino ba nga dito? Okay.
Yes po,
So we proceed to item number 8. Status on the survey for shore area at Barangay Taglan. Lilo.
Mr. Chair, hindi ko nababasahin pa recommendation na lang.
Oo.
In view of the above findings, the committee hereby for the adoption of this committee report. And to keep pace with po yung timeline ng activities na discuss last time, hindi po nakasama sa report. Yun po yung December 18 para sa deadline in securing the approved plan of portal area from the regional office. Ito yung deadline. And then January 6 po yung 2021 yung proposed survey, date of survey ng DNR at ng private survey.
Okay. So what do we do with the letter? Do we refer to the delete na natin sa agenda? So referring to the committee report, Councilor Quezon moves to adopt the committee report with the following additions, specifically the timeline agreed upon by the parties involved in the hearing, December 18, and then secure.
Secure po yung approved plan ng portal area from the regional office.
Okay, and January 6.
Date of survey.
Date of survey. So please take note that we should put those 2 dates in our calendar of activities as well as a reminder for all of us. And the said measure be deleted in our calendar of business. Any objection? Any amendments? Hearing none, the said committee report is hereby adopted. And the said item be deleted in our calendar of business. So next item number 5. Sino bang when do we schedule 5, 6, and 7? Yes, Councilor Mondalero.
Mr. Chair, I reschedule committee hearing kasi hindi natuloy ng November 25, Mr. Chair. So I schedule December 14, 9 a.m.
January 6, sir. 14.
I schedule January 6. 9:30 a.m.
Ha? Bakit? Ilan na ba tayo sa 40? Tatlo na? Apat? Tatlo na. Okay na. Ayaw mo dyan, December 25, ayaw mo. So, regarding item number 24, 11 p.m. Councilor Montenegro moves to schedule item number 7.
5 and 7.
5 and 7 on January 6, 9:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. respectively. So, how about item number 6? Councilor Anoy, the chairman on cooperatives. Ihabol mo na ito kasi may silang naman ito. Ano lang naman ito? 5 minutes lang ito. Okay, Councilor Anoy, schedule for committee hearing regarding said item on the set accreditation on December 14, 11:30. Ano yung kanina?
11:30 na sila.
9:30. Ano yung muna? 10:30 kanina. 9:30 in the morning. Okay. Next item.
Let's proceed to the business of the day. The first item under unfinished business is the request for a resolution authorizing City Mayor Brian Presidente to enter into a memorandum of agreement by and between the city government of Alaminos, Pangasinan and the Convoy of Hope Utilities Incorporated for the implementation of the integrated child nutrition and development program in the city of Alaminos.
Any motion? And Councilor Cesar, is there? Or, ano ba ito? Okay na ba ito?
Sir, binigay na po nila yung company profile ng ano.
Yung MOA. Binigay na yung MOA.
Naka-attach namin po nung unang agenda natin, sir. Ang hinihingi po nila ng sanggunian, sir, is the company profile po.
Yung MOA. Ano ba?
Ayaw na, sir.
Ano ba ito? Ha?
Madam Nutritionist, Papa Francisco po.
Buti kasi na ba, sir? We defer to our next session.
Siguro na lang natin sa next wala akong profile.
So, sa next time na lang, Councilor Cesar moves to kindly, siya ba? Councilor Abel-Bakay moves to, next time na lang, moves to, refer the said item in our next regular session. Please furnish again doon sa mga wala pang copy ng company profile and MOA. Ako meron pa rin ako pero hindi pa natapos na namin. So, is there an objection? Hearing none, that item is referred to our next regular session. Next item.
Under new business, we have the second reading of the proposed ordinance establishing burial sites for death caused by communicable diseases in our public and private cemeteries, memorial parks in the city of Alaminos. Burial sa area.
Sino ba ano ito? Comment natin. Ano na lang? Pwede sana reading. Pwede sana reading na next
Okay,
session.
that the matter be considered for third reading in the next session.
Moved by Councilor Long. May second. Seconded by Councilor Segundera. Councilor Rapag and Councilor De Castro to schedule for third final reading of the said ordinance. Any objection? Seeing none, the said ordinance is scheduled for third final reading in the next session. Councilor De Castro.
This title, kasama ba yung private cemetery?
Kasama na? Kasama. Basta sila ay accredited ng DOH at province. It will deal with
Because what I understand, burial sites, kung may living, di ba? Yung mitso-mitso yan.
yes.
So, they will provide burial site. Pero, pag commercial, siyempre bibilihin mo.
Yes. Yes.
Just yun, siyempre kung private, makakapag-designate ka na lang. Ay, public. Pero pag yung private,
Minsan kasi yung definition nila kasi ng private daw yung rio na
I am referring to the memorial, hindi yung Catholic at saka yung public. I get your point.
yun ang sinasabi nila yung mga
Uh,
yung private daw, yung parang Muslim ba? specify kung sino ang tatawag doon. Yung impression natin na parang hindi man public daw. Pag lang natin dito, parang i-require natin sila na at anytime dapat meron sila nahugay na at least dalawang hugay na. Hindi na pinag-usapan sa lugar sa cemetery nila kasi marami yung hugay sila ng dalawang hugay na. So kumisan bigla yung hugay. Ngayon, parang mga iso natin sila para hugay. Abutin na isang araw na nata. Friday. Talagang active talaga
Kaya buwan ang nakaitono. Yung tono na to, ang pangalan niya.
So, sa title, marami establishing various rights for death hospital or public and private cemetery.
So legally, the private cemeteries include the memorial part.
Yes.
Kasi meron din yung iba, yung classification din doon ng yung Catholic at saka non-Catholic, di ba?
Masakit ang objective na ito, parang
basta may paglilibiran.
yung taga-Alaminos, pag namatayan, kasi ang nangyari sa atin for 2-3 years already, may gustong paglibing sa private. Kaso nga lang,
Memorial.
Kaso nga lang, dahil walang naka-available na hukay, within 12 hours sila ilibing, napilitan ilibing sa public. So medyo, yung family, medyo hindi naging magandang reaction na ayaw na ilibing sa public. Gusto namin sa private. So this ordinance, ang objective is to give the option to the
May ready-made na.
may ready-made na butas doon na at least kung doon ko gusto ilibing sa memorial, bibiling ko yung memorial card niya.
Kailangan ka na po with Dr. Richard. Minsan mo maging na pag-ikot. Wala lamay-lamay na.
Okay. So, we proceed to next item.
Second reading of the proposed ordinance providing for the temporary prohibition on the use of VCOK in all barangays within the city of Alaminos, Pangasinan during weekday.
Councilor Dabolo. Public hearing. Okay. Councilor Dabolo, would like to schedule public hearing. Kailan po? January 8, 10:30 a.m. So, Councilor Dabolo schedules a public hearing regarding said ordinance on January 8, 10:30 in the morning. Sino pong imbitahan natin? I-invite natin ang Liga, yung mga punong barangay. Tapos, tourism. Ang PNP, Boso, DepEd, yes. Kasi the purpose of this ordinance is makaaral yung mga estudyante. Our DepEd, sila ang primary concern dito. Invite natin yung mga SK Fed para maganda New Year. SK Federated, SK Chairman, Chairperson, sino ba? Video okay owners, siyempre. Video okay owners. Invite na natin. Ready ka na, January 6 yun, ha? And of course, our civil society organization. So, okay? Sorry. Next item.
Second reading of the proposed codification ordinance.
So we will refer this back to the technical working group. So we defer the said, we defer to another second reading in our second regular session in the month of January. Yes, either.
Next item is the resolution approving the additional partial list of specific projects funded out of the 20% development fund amounting to 2,033,618 and the special purpose appropriation fund amounting to 3,370,310 pesos and 68 centavos of the city of Alaminos for calendar year 2020.
Before we act on this, so i-add natin yung kay Councilor Raul Bacay na labor and materials installation of street lights sa other infrastructure development program, tama ba? Dun sa third, sa letter G. And then I also want to be updated dun sa hinihingi natin na list of projects for 2020 and list of updated contractors and di ba humingi tayo nun? Ano yung mga status? Meron na ba binigay?
Ongoing na construction plan.
Meron na ba binigay? So kung wala pa, may I suggest that we approve the said partial list for the SPA, Special Purpose Appropriation, and the other infra, something other infra, SPA only, and the other infra of Councilor Raul Bacay.
And the correction made by Ivana.
And hindi, pero huwag natin sama na yun. Kasi kung ang proposal ko, shared rules for one business. Ang proposal ko, ipasa lang natin yung SPA. Itong nasa letter A, Infrastructure Development Program, i-defer natin sa susunod. Pwede naman. Para i-comply, kasi hindi natin alam. I-comply rin yung mga We omit number 1 under infrastructure development program, pending yung mga requirements na hinaantay natin na updated list of projects in the city for 2020 and the list of contractors. Secondly, yung sinabi ng Engineer Campo kanina na palitan yung number 3 under infrastructure development program at gawing temporary containment construction of temporary containment facility, something, worth more or less 221,000. Thirdly, yung sinasabi ni Council na ulangan, yung street lights na hindi pa na-include dito worth more or less 500,000. Any other? Okay with that, any motion?
We approve, that resolution approving partial list covered by special purpose appropriation fund. With respect to this infrastructure development program, hindi ko rin ito next session.
Okay lang ba? Napag-usapan na eksama na lang natin.
Kasama na lang ulit?
Yung dalawa lang. Kasi COVID eh. Yung 2 and 3.
Ay, 2 and 3.
Yung kakapamit ko lang. Yung 1 lang i-omit natin.
Ay, in that case, I think that we approve the partial list except item number 1 under the infrastructure program.
Okay. And then we change item number 3
with the corrections in item number 3, the inclusion proposed by Councilor Bakay.
Okay. So moved by Councilor Silvio Radot. Any second? Second by Councilor Contreras, Councilor Secretary and Councilor Rodriguez for the adoption of the service resolution. Madam Secretary, paayos naman po. Any objection? Hearing none, the service resolution is here adopted. Reminder lang po yung mga budget po December 14 po mag-close. Kailangan ko pong i-back hearing po yung budget. Kaya medyo ulitin na yung mga staff natin. Next item.
Resolution designating 3 members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod to be part of the regulatory reform team in adherence to the Joint Memorandum Circular Number 1919-01 entitled Guidelines on the Regulatory Reform for LGUs pursuant to Republic Act 1103.
So who wants to be part of the would you like to be part or would you like to be leader? Basically, lahat ng proseso ng gobyerno, i-assess nila. So, Councilor Rodolph is volunteering. Any other? Any other? Councilor, i-assess lahat ng proseso ng gobyerno. Dapat na yun yan, alawan. Hindi ba? Sobra-sobra na yung pinapasawag ng gobyerno sa atin. Councilor, Councilor Berna, Councilor Daniel, gusto niyo ba? Medyo light sa
Bibig lang naman tayo eh.
sige ako. Councilor, sige. Councilor Alfred, Councilor Van, Councilor Dalia, okay? So, we will designate, resolution designating 3 members of the Sangguniang Council to be part of the regulatory reform team in the adherence to the joint JMC 2001 entitled Guidelines of the Regulatory Reform for LGUs pursuant to RA 11032. So, we have chosen Councilor Cyril Lato, Councilor Alfred Persitas, and Councilor Dalia De Leon. So, any motion? It's been moved by Councilor De Leon. Seconded by Councilor Lato for the adoption of the said resolution. Any amendments? Hearing none, the said resolution is adopted. Next item.
Resolution favorably endorsing to the Department of Health the request for the provision of 1 unit negative pressure of ambulance.
Councilor Apple-Bakay.
Mr. Chair, I move for its approval.
Moved by Councilor Apple-Bakay, seconded by Councilor Apple-Bakay, Councilor Bernadette, Councilor Sison, Councilor Labu, Councilor Locke, and Councilor Leon for the adoption of the said resolution. Any amendments? Hearing none, the said resolution is hereby adopted. Next item.
Resolution requesting the Department of Public Works and Highways, Engineering District 1 to conduct ocular inspection and proper maintenance of the solar street lights located along Alaminos Valley Bypass Road, this city. Resolution requesting the Department of Public Works and Highways, Engineering District Engineering 1 to conduct first district to conduct ocular inspection and proper maintenance of the solar street lights located along the Alaminos Valley Bypass Road.
All solar lights within national roads in Alaminos. Especially yun kasi
So, ocular and assessment.
immediate.
Immediate. Resolution requesting the
Marami
DPWH.
silang savings eh. Para marami sila yung savings nila.
Resolution requesting DPWH immediate ocular assessment and maintenance of all solar street lights within national highways within the territorial jurisdiction of the city of Alaminos.
Kailangan lagyan ng repairs. Repairs and maintenance.
Lagyan na natin.
Kasi kung
Kanina.
kung mga sira, imitin na lang natin sa sira.
Sira eh.
Repair.
So repair.
Imitin na lang.
Anyway, working title, but that's the idea. So it has been moved by Councilor Oscar Bolling, seconded by Councilor Labaro, Councilor Buena, by Councilor Padilla, and Councilor Ranoy for the adoption of the said resolution. Any objection? Hearing none, the said resolution is hereby adopted.
Resolution resolution requesting the Alaminos City Police Station to assign personnel at the Alaminos Bani Bypass Road to prevent untoward incidents.
Mr. Chair, huwag naman siguro assign permanently. Ito lang. Or make themselves visible lang. Assign sila.
So, resolution requesting the PNP through OIC to include close monitoring on the Alaminos Bani Bypass Road due to reported incidents of stoning that may cause accidents. Anyway, working title. Just been moved by Councilor Oscar Boli, seconded by Councilor Dr. Adoption to said resolution. Any amendments? Hearing none, to said resolution is hereby adopted.
Resolution temporarily extending the period for the grant of the 20% discount on real property tax from December 31, 2020 to January 31, 2021, and 15% from February 1 to April 30, 2021.
Temporary?
Temporary siya kasi ordinance po kasi.
Paano ulit na makiulit?
Resolution temporarily extending the period for the grant of 20% discount of real property tax payment from December 31, 2020 to January 31, 2021, and 15% from February 1 to April 30, 2021.
Kung nag-extend ba tayo ng business tax dati yung resolution ordinance?
Supposedly sir, ordinance po ito kasi space. Pero dahil sa COVID, inaano po yung temporary.
Ganun.
Realty tax to, realty tax, business tax.
So, yeah. But usually kasi, pag ginagawa natin, business tax, yung January 5, parang in-extend natin yung real property to?
Yeah. Sa real property kasi, irregular yun. Yung for temporary extension lang yun. For this
this lang.
Because of the situation. Ipapalap na lang natin later on yun sa business tax kasi kailangan i-consulting natin.
Yun nga, extend na siguro.
Kasi kailangan din natin, but we have to do that before next year. Kasi yung renewal is January na. So before January, at least makapag-trust tayo ng measure. Kasi sila, di ba may system sila? Kaya hindi naman pwedeng yung binayaran mong tax next year. Hindi na babayaran mo ngayon because of the period. Pero with respect to that is with respect to the business tax. But with respect to the realty tax, talagang obligado naman tayo magsabayad. What we are just trying to make is that an extension of the privilege to avail of the discount. No? Kasi para maingganyo natin sila magbayad. Kasi may iba kasi, sa regular lang ako, walang budget. Pero pag extended pa rin yung discount up to January, kaya malaki yung papasok sa kaban. Kaya yung project ni Kagawad Raul, mas masusuporta natin. Yung eagerness niya, yung desire.
Pailaw,
yung ardent desire na pinatawag niya, kaya nga gusto niya matapos agad na sa project niya before December 14.
Okay, so this is moved by Council, strongly moved by Councilor Alvin Felix de Castro. Any second po, seconded by Councilor Abaco, Councilor Lamonte Secretary, Councilor Galileo for the adoption of the same resolution. Any amendments, objections? Hearing none, the said resolution is hereby adopted. Next item.
Resolution authorizing City Mayor Art Rice City to enter into a memorandum of agreement by and among the City Government of Alaminos, Pangasinan, the Department of Agriculture Regional Office, Field Office 1, and the Agriculture and Fishery Council for the implementation of the Urban Agriculture Program in the City of Alaminos.
Councilor Lanay, recognized Chairman of Agriculture. First.
Mr. Chairman, I move for the approval of the said matter.
Moved by Councilor Noy, seconded by Councilor De Leon, Councilor Apodai, Councilor Bacchus, for the adoption of the said resolution. Any objection? Hearing none, the said resolution is hereby adopted. Next item.
Third and final reading of the ordinance enacting the annual budget for calendar year 2021 of the City of Alaminos, Pangasinan, and providing appropriations thereof.
No more insert.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilor Cirilo Ladok, seconded by Councilor Bernabé, Councilor Raul-Bakar, Councilor Cesar, Councilor Oscar Boling, and Councilor Michelle Silvera for the enactment of our 2021 annual budget for the City of Alaminos, Pangasinan. Any objection? Amendments, discussion, hearing none, this says ordinance is hereby enacted. Next item.
Announcement reminders.
Reminders lang yung consent ni Capraul na we will have a dialogue with our city mayor and city legal officer regarding the holding scheme of the bicycle. Ano pa? An announcement po sa ating lahat. Councilor Galilea.
In regards po ito doon sa parole-making contest sa Tumalin po Pandan. Sa December 15 na po ang lightning po, napag-usapan po namin ng coordinator na hindi na po mag-invite ng mga guest. So, avoid po na makadasain po tayo ng madaming tao, ng crowd. So, doon po sa mga participants din, isa-isa lang po ang invite namin. So, gusto ko magpasalamat dito sa mga kapwa ko, doon po sa inyong mga tulong at suporta na and rest assured po ang inyong po mga tulong ay makadarating po doon sa Tumalin po Pandan. Thank you. And advance.
Palakpakan po natin si Councilor Galilea. Di pa ata ka sa pagbili. Any other announcements po? Councilor Bakay? Sino ba?
Pedro, Bakay.
Dalawa. So please take note, Madam Secretary, that two of our fellow public servants passed, so we will file a resolution in our next regular session. Any other announcements po? Mamaya po yung 6 p.m. Sa Yuma. Any other announcements? So, with that, Councilor Angelito Portelera, any announcement from our Secretariat? Huh? Councilor Portelera?
Mr. Chair, there's no more matters to discuss. They move for the adjournment.
The move by Councilor Josito Portelera, second by Councilor Bernabé, Councilor Secretary, and Councilor Dillon for the adjournment of today's regular session. I now call this Sunday Council regular session. Thank you. Salamat.